Raising the white flag. So Aquarius is, I actually saw a harp when I felt the energy behind your cards, and the harp is kind of a universal symbol for peace and harmony, right? Now, the other stuff that I saw was like a big wave, like a tidal wave coming in, and I saw ripples and stuff. And then I saw like a little animal scurrying away. So your whole energy is kind of about waving a little white flag and like scurrying away to not get hit by some kind of wave. Now, this is obviously a metaphor for something that's happening in your life, like widespread consequences and circumstances. You're trying to not be the one who gets hit by this wave, whatever this circumstance is. So like, for example, maybe you work for like a government job. And so there is a lot of crap going on with government jobs where people are getting, their jobs are on the line. Some people are like losing funding. There's a lot of stuff like that happening, and maybe that's the wave. So whatever the wave is that presents, it's like something you got to hide from. You have to shelter from, right? Metaphorically speaking. Let's pull more cards, see if we can find out more information. On the bottom, we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is the fact that you're a mouse. The Five of Pentacles is the fact that you're tiny. You're a little guy. You are not really able to withstand any waves. You can't just stand there and take the wave. You are not strong enough to take the wave. You're just a little guy. Let's keep going here. We've got Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Wow. You're trying to, like I said, you don't want to bite the bullet. You don't want to have something bad happen to you when this wave hits. So you're preparing. Three of Pentacles is preparation. Now, I think the way you are going about preparing has to do with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is really something you don't want to happen. That's the King of Cups. So you're preparing by almost like setting up like an exit strategy, like you've set up what are those things called when you're on a plane and it's like the eject button. That's what it is. You've prepared some kind of eject button exit strategy for something that could happen that you don't want to happen. Okay. Let's just see if there's any other cards that are relevant here. Okay, yeah. So Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is not being part of the group that gets hit by the wave. You don't want to be part of that group. So you have, a little hidey hole. It's your hidey hole, and that's part of your exit strategy. It's where you go. It's like it's your safe space. And that is part of, it's almost like a secret exit. That's what it feels like, is a metaphorical secret exit for when something bad happens. Now, this could be a literal exit. If you think your house is going to be, hit by a hurricane, maybe you've literally installed like a shelter, and it's literal for you, right? Chances are this is metaphorical. So let's pull oracle cards and find out more information. Tell me more about the harp. Really the waving the white flag, and hiding, not trying to take on whatever's coming, directly, because we know we're just a little guy. Tell me more about this. So the princess is again being the little guy. It's being young. So like that could be tied to the fact that you're younger, and that puts you in a position of you just don't have a lofty position. Right? It's all tied to being the mouse. It's all tied to the Five of Pentacles. That's the princess here too. And it's tied to money. So not having a lot of money is probably one of the factors that makes you a little guy. If you had a lot of money, you wouldn't be a little guy. You could probably buy your way into being a big guy somehow, right? Now the moon. The moon is just your feelings. The moon is your feelings, and you feel like you're the little guy. I wonder if you are the little guy, but if it's just a feeling. Yeah, because look, you're actually showing up as Jupiter with Venus and the heart. It's like even if you're the little guy, you're doing good. You are actually doing good for yourself, even if you're the little guy. But you don't want to lose the good spot you're in right now. I think it's almost like a preventative strategy, because you are in a good spot. This is the spot you're in. It's Venus, Jupiter with the heart. It's a good spot. The place that you're in is a good place. So you don't want to lose that place. And you're concerned about being wiped away with some sort of metaphorical wave. You're in your feelings about it, and this does probably have to do with finances. Let's pull some advice. See what you guys can do to prepare. Maybe preparation is not necessary. Maybe they're overthinking it, right? So let's see what we can do, or what we can get here for advice. Any advice for Aquarius regarding the raising the white flag, harp, the wave? Okay. Ace of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. See, this is interesting. Hold on, let me pull a couple more cards. It's interesting because you can, on some level, you do get to choose whether or not you stand in front of the wave or you are not standing in front of the wave. So there is a choice. 2 of Wands is a choice. Some people are choosing to stand in front of the wave and say, I'm going to fight this wave, right? I'm going to stand up to the wave. And you're like, that's not worth 5 of Wands is a struggle. Like, I'm not built for that. You know, I don't have what it takes, or it's not worth it. It's not a fight worth fighting for me to stand up to this wave. Maybe this is like, you know, like activism, you know, like you want to be an activist, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself because I actually am not the type of person who can handle dealing with these big issues. Like, I'm not going to be standing there with a sign, holding up a sign, like for whatever cause. I'm not going to be I'm not going to protest, right? Because there's a choice here to be made because you don't want to be in the line of fire. And it is a choice, and you have more than the right to choose to not be in the way of this wave. It doesn't make you a coward. It does not. 6 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, it actually just makes you smart. It makes you intelligent enough to know it's not a fight worth fighting. And in fact, I have better fights. Where I have fights I can win. Look, Queen of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. I have fights I can actually win over here somewhere else. So go fight fights you can actually win, rather than fighting these fights that you are almost just like getting wiped away in a wave, and you have almost like your energy just goes nowhere. All right, let's see what we get out of. Oh, on the bottom is interesting. We have the World card. The World card is all about things that are bigger than you, right? The world. So you can decide, like, what battles you want to fight. Do you want to fight against these battles that are just gigantic, or do you want to fight battles that you can win because they're smaller? You can digest them. You can digest these smaller problems. So that's kind of the advice, is choose that strategy over the first. Let's see what else we get. Any last advice for Aquarius, and then we're going to close out your reading. We have the Mouth and the Ship. So don't get the Ship is distance yourself in this deck. It means like distance, and the Mouth is the conversation. So it's like, don't be part of the conversation. Don't be part of that, because that puts you, the people who are in the conversation are probably the same people who are just standing there and going to take on the wave. You're not that person. Let's see what else there is. Aries reversed. Aries reversed is don't overreact, and in fact, don't even act. With Taurus next to it, don't even act. Take a step back. Like, when they ask for volunteers, pull one of those moves in those cartoons where it's like everybody takes a step back and there's one person standing and who ends up being the volunteer. Well, you be one of the people who takes a step back. Don't volunteer for this fight. It's not your fight. It's not worth fighting. And that's it. And keep away from the conversation. Keep away from this group of people that's like riling themselves up for the fight, Keep away. So that's the advice, Aquarius. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. And also, check out Patreon if you guys want to support my work. I'm actually been a little quiet over there, but I'm going to be releasing a couple of videos today or tomorrow. So keep a watch for that. Links for Patreon are below. And I'll see you guys next time.